Good morning, dear children. Let us continue chapter number 8 of physics. The name of the chapter is motion. Last time we learned about distance and displacement, and now we are moving further. Let us learn about uniform motion and non-uniform motion. If a body travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in uniform motion. Whereas, if a body travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time, then it is said to be in non-uniform motion. Like consider the motion of a body which is covering 1 kilometer in 5 minutes. Like in first 5 minutes of the motion it covers 1 kilometer. In next 5 minutes again it covers 1 kilometer. Then its motion is uniform motion. On the other hand, if we have another body which covers 1 kilometers in first 5 minutes, but in next 5 minutes it covers 2 kilometers, then its motion is said to be non-uniform motion. So as it is clear from the definition, the equal distance is covered in equal intervals of time in case of uniform motion. So that is why the speed remains fixed. In case of uniform motion, speed is constant, whereas in non-uniform motion, as the body travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time, so that is why the speed is not constant. Speed keeps on changing. In case of non-uniform motion, if a body is traveling, it is covering more distance in less time, then the speed is more. Whereas if it is covering less distance in more time, it is taking more time covering less distance, then the speed also becomes less. So that is how the speed keeps on changing in case of non-uniform motion. Now what is speed? About speed you have learned in your previous classes also. Speed is distance upon time. Formula is V is equal to S upon T. The SI unit of speed is meter per second because the distance is measured in meters and time is measured in seconds. So SI unit, standard international unit of speed, is meter per second. And it is a scalar quantity. Now let us learn a bit about scalar and vector quantities. Scalar quantities are those quantities for the description of which only magnitude is required, whereas vector quantities are those quantities for the description of which magnitude as well as direction is required. So, speed can be explained only with the help of magnitude. So, that is why it is a scalar quantity. Average speed. Average speed is the ratio of the total distance traveled to the total time taken. Formula is total distance traveled divided by total time taken. How you can understand average speed? Let us understand it with the help of one example. Suppose you go to Delhi from Ambala. Throughout this journey, your speed will not remain same. Sometimes the speed will increase, sometimes it will decrease. So what do? We calculate average speed in such a case. From Ambala to Delhi, how much distance we have traveled, that we note down, and how much time we have taken to cover this journey, that we will note down, and then we will divide it, total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Then we will get average speed throughout the journey. So this is how we calculate average speed. Next is velocity. Velocity is the displacement of a body per unit time. The formula is displacement by time. Now, for the description of velocity, magnitude and direction both are needed. So it is a vector quantity. The rate of motion of a body becomes more meaningful if we specify its direction of motion also along with the speed. So if we tell speed as well as direction, then we can describe motion in a proper way. So the quantity which specifies both direction of motion and speed, that quantity is velocity. So velocity is a vector quantity because it is telling magnitude as well as direction, both. Average velocity. Average velocity is the ratio of total displacement to the total time taken. So the formula is total displacement divided by total time taken. This is one formula. We have another formula for average velocity. It is u plus v by 2, where u is initial velocity, v is final velocity. Here you have to learn the symbols, and these symbols, they will be used throughout the chapter. So initial velocity is given by the symbol u. It is denoted by symbol u, and final velocity, that is denoted by the symbol v. So average velocity will be u plus v by 2. Speed and velocity both have same units, meter per second, or we can write it like this also, meter second inverse. Next, rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is known as acceleration. So acceleration is change in velocity of a body per unit time. Formula will be change in velocity by time. And if velocity changes from u to v, initial velocity is u, final velocity is v, and the time is t, then the formula for acceleration will be v minus u upon t. The symbol for acceleration is a. So we have a is equal to v minus u upon t. SI unit of acceleration, meter per second square. Here we have meter per second. Numerator, that will be in meter per second, and denominator will be seconds. If we talk about this units, then denominator will be seconds. So we have meter per second square, that is SI unit. For uniform motion of a body in a straight line, the velocity remains constant with time, that we know. When motion is uniform and the motion is in a straight line, then velocity remains constant. So in this case, acceleration will be 0 because there is no change in the velocity. The body is moving on a straight path and the speed remains fixed. Therefore, there is no change in velocity. In this case, acceleration will be 0. But for non-uniform motion, the velocity changes with time. And when velocity keeps on changing, then we talk about the acceleration. Acceleration may be positive or it may be negative. So acceleration is positive when velocity increases with time. You have initial speed less and final speed more. Then in this case, the acceleration will be positive. Whereas another case, when initial velocity is more and final velocity is less, the body is trying to stop. Final velocity is less. So in this case, acceleration will be negative, and that is known as retardation. Negative acceleration, that is known as retardation. Two types of acceleration we have here, uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. If the change in velocity is equal in equal intervals of time, it is said to be uniform acceleration. It means velocity increases by equal amounts, then it is uniform acceleration. Whereas non-uniform acceleration, if the change in velocity is unequal in equal intervals of time, then that is known as non-uniform acceleration. Now let us understand it with one example. In first 5 minutes, velocity increases by 10 km per hour. In next 5 minutes, again velocity increases by 10 km per hour. Then it is known as uniform acceleration. velocity is increasing by equal amounts in equal intervals of time. But in case of non-uniform acceleration, we have another example where in first 5 minutes velocity increases by 10 km per hour, but in next 5 minutes velocity increases by 40 km per hour. So in this case the acceleration will be known as non-uniform acceleration.